Don't answer the second knock. Ella moved into the old cottage after her grandmother passed away. The town was quiet, the kind of place where nights fell like a heavy curtain, and the only sounds were wind and creaking wood. On her second night, just as the clock struck 3 a.m., she heard a knock at the door. Knock, knock. She peeked through the curtain. No one. Just the white snow glowing under the moonlight. She ignored it, thinking it was her imagination. The next night, again at 3 a.m., knock, knock. But this time there was a note slid under the door. In childlike handwriting. Don't answer the second knock. Chills ran down her spine. Who wrote this? Why second knock? She stayed up the next night, waiting, anxious. At exactly 3 a.m. Knock, knock. Silence. Then a few seconds later. Knock, knock. Her breath stopped. She froze, remembering the note. But the second knock? It didn't sound like it came from the door. It came from inside the house. She turned her head slowly. In the hallway mirror behind her, she saw a pale figure. Smiling. It raised its hand. Knock, knock. On the glass. Ella screamed and turned, but the hallway was empty. No figure. No footsteps. Nothing. The mirror? Now completely clean. No handprints. But in the corner, scribbled faintly in the foggy glass, were words. You heard me. You saw me. Now I'm closer. Her hands trembled as she backed away. She didn't sleep that night. In the morning, she tried to convince herself it was a dream. Sleep deprivation. Grief. Stress. But then she found it. A dusty box in the attic labeled Margaret. Do not open. Margaret was her grandmother's name. Inside were dozens of old journals and a cracked porcelain doll, its face half-burned and a black thread sewn across its mouth. She opened the first journal. It knocks twice. Always. The first is a warning. The second is an invitation. Never ever respond. Suddenly, knock, knock. Not from the door. From the ceiling. Above her. In the attic. She wasn't alone. Ella stared at the ceiling. Another knock. And another. Knock, knock, knock. It no longer waited for her reply. She grabbed her phone and tiptoed toward the attic. The hatch creaked open. Cold air rushed down. She climbed slowly, flashlight shaking. The beam swept across old boxes, spiderwebs, then stopped. Bare feet. Small. Dirty. Motionless. A figure crouched in the far corner, facing the wall. Ella whispered, "Who's there?" No answer. She inched closer. The figure twitched. And then it spoke, but not aloud. Its voice echoed inside her skull. You opened the box. You heard the second knock. That means you're mine now. Suddenly her flashlight flickered. The figure turned its head all the way around. Its mouth? Still sewn shut. But the eyes, her grandmother's eyes, were weeping black tears. Ella dropped the light and ran. But as she reached the bottom of the attic stairs, her house was different. The walls pulsed like breathing skin. The clocks were melting. And every mirror showed her, but not moving. Just staring back. From inside. Ella backed away from the twisted reflection. She screamed, no sound came out. Only silence. Thick, suffocating. Then from behind her. Knock. 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 A third knock. But this time, it was coming from inside her chest. Thud. 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 Like a heartbeat out of sync. She collapsed to the floor, clutching her ribs. Her hands came away wet. She looked up. The house was gone. She stood alone in a hallway of doors, each identical, endless. On the nearest one, a plaque. Do not open. She's awake. Her fingers moved without thinking. The doorknob turned slowly. Inside was her room. But everything was reversed. Photos flipped. Clock ticking backwards. A whispering version of herself rocking in the corner. The other Ella looked up and smiled. I was waiting for you. Now we're both stuck. Suddenly the door slammed shut behind her. Locked. Forever. And on the outside of the door, a new plaque appeared. Do not knock. She answered.